By the way, old Joe turned 80 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. We share a birthday, and it's disconcerting to me. But
boy, no kidding.
What are you going to do? 80 years old. The former oldest president in the history of the U.S. at the end of his term, Ronald Reagan, was 77. So.
Right, and they're making a big deal about him returning, right? I mean, he must have run again.
Oh, Biden?
Yeah.
I thought you meant Reagan for a minute.
No,
I thought, well, wow, that'd be great. That'd be kind of cool. Not sure how we get that done, but I'm in favor of it if we can. Yeah, he thinks he's fabulous, you know. What is age? How old is too old? Well, I don't know. When you're so compromised that you can't get a sentence out, that might be too old. But that's his thing, is how old is too old? I don't even understand what you're saying. So the New York Times, because he turned 80 this weekend, interviewed a bunch of experts in aging who have not examined or treated the president, but nonetheless, quote, agreed that Biden has a lot going in his favor, unquote.
Of course he does.
Does he? Really? Yeah, there's nothing to worry about with Joe Biden. Don't worry about it. He's brilliant.
Because everyone,
top of his game.
Everyone who's 80 doesn't have 100 handlers around them.
Right.
He's got that going for him.
He does have that going. Yeah, he's got people to make excuses for his every screw up, and he's got people to write down the instructions for him so that he can follow them to the T.
Right.
And even then, he still can't.
Right.
Old ass bum in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we have. An old ass bum in there.
There's no doubt about that.
And I love the fact that he can't get a single number issue right. He can never get a number right. It's always, where is that? Right here.
You pooped in your pants.
No, he didn't poop in his pants.
Well, that we know of.
He actually probably has.
I bet he has, too.
He has.
100% that's true.
It's going to bring $1 trillion, $700 million off the sidelines.
Trillion, 700 million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, jillion.
Top of his game.
Top of his game. Nothing to worry about. He's got a lot going for him. That's from the experts right there. Okay?
Right.
So who am I to say maybe this guy shouldn't be president? I'm nobody. So never mind.
Thank you.
Also, he has agreed to fund climate reparations. This is agonizing. The Biden administration and nearly 200 world governments agreed Saturday to a framework that would have richer countries compensate poorer nations for damages allegedly caused by the carbon emissions. And they did all this at the COP27, the COP climate conference. How wonderful. Wealthy nations will create a loss and damage fund that will provide money to countries that have suffered from climate-related disasters, such as droughts or hurricanes. Yeah, because those didn't happen before, say, 1990. There was never a drought nor hurricane prior to 1990.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good. I don't know that I was actually aware of that.
Yeah, because this is a new phenomenon, completely new. I mean, here we are, almost to the cutoff for the hurricane season. Yeah. And really, we've had one significant hurricane. I think we had another make landfall, but it was nothing. We barely even focused on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
one
category one when it made landfall. Yeah, and then it was obviously slowed down dramatically as it went up the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and they predicted how many? How many were predicted for this year?
They always predict anywhere from 16 to 20.
Yeah,
named. And then they
4 or 5.
Majors, and then 10 or 11, minors, smaller ones. But then they revise. I love, that's their first one, and then halfway through the season they revise it, saying, we looked at the sun, and we decided that it's not going to be as bad.
Right. Although the revised, if I remember correctly, they revise about August, early September.
Yeah.
And I think they they revised with the same numbers
with the
they
same
started
number they
with.
had, yeah.
They still couldn't get it right.
Right.
We had none up to that point. None.
Right.
And so they stuck with their, it's still going to be bad because climate change. So, climate change is killing us. Catastrophic climate change is going on right now. That climate change. Okay? The climate has changed. And that's because of man and our gasoline engines. So, who knows? We could be destroyed at any minute. I think the actual countdown's down to 8 years, isn't it? Because it was 10 or 12 or whatever.
And this last, someone said 9. Right?
9.
I think it was 9.
9 years till climate catastrophe. And, that's if we don't do something. We got to do something. And again, doesn't have to be the right thing. Just do something.
Well, and they haven't. I mean, they were whining that what they did at COP27 was not nearly enough.
They always say that. They always say that.
Not nearly enough.
And, this reparations fund that the U.S. is going to start paying into. You know who can benefit from that? China, the world's second largest economy with $1.4 billion, the largest polluter in the world. They can get compensation from us because of climate change. That is outrageous.
How about no?
Yeah, how about no?
How about no?